Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Mass Effect. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you chose to join me today in a planet. We are in a planet, but we're not leaving with our Mako. We are, actually exiting the Normandy. Now, I'm gonna bring Ashley with us, and, either Rex or Garrus. I'm gonna bring Rex, because I want a lot of combat abilities.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere.
Another-
Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
Yes. Another thing that I need to do is I need to equip. I need to first off see what they're using. So Ashley can use anything, but I want her on the assault rifle more than anything. And Rex can use the shotgun and the assault rifle. I think it is. Yes, it is. Oh, I didn't mean to do this. Yeah, at ease. Now, I do want to make sure that my weapons are good, because we got a bunch of new stuff recently. Is this sorted automatically by how good it is? No. No, it is not. No, it is not. Okay, so, and for our sniper rifle, we do have something better. Our current sniper rifle sucks. It's just really bad. It is bad. And I'm not actually paying attention to the upgrades and whatnot. So, yeah. And we got an Omni tool. That is bad. We have some grenades. We had some grenades, and I think we had some grenades. Got a lot of armor over here. All of it bad. Ashley, I don't think you want this. Oh, no. She uses medium. Medium is good. I can actually give you a little bit of hardened things. Plus 11% hardening, damage protection. What do you mean hardening? Combined with advanced firewall provides against both biotic and tech attacks. Oh, that's what hardening is. No, to get the damage reduction. It's fine. Let's see. Do I have anything that's better? I do have something that's better. No more yellow. And we got shields over here. Lowers shields, but this adds a little bit of bio protection. I don't like that. So I'll go with the survivor over here. Equip. Yes. It's the same. It's the same. It looks the same. Let's go with this one and see what happens. Oh, this one. I can't rotate to see the colors in the back. Yeah, let's go with that one. You know what? Let's not go with that one. Let's stay with the Bumblebee. Okay, and Rex over here, I don't have armor for you, I don't think. Or maybe I do. No, it's all bad. Yours is pretty awesome. As it is. Oh, right. I forgot about the assault rifles, because that's what I want her to have in general. However, it looks like all our assault rifles are not up to scratch. So shotgun, we're good. Good stuff. Now, what manner of terrible trouble am I gonna get myself into in this planet that they told me I shouldn't visit? You can put your weapons out, it's fine. Put them out like an old person talks about lighting or something. My grandma used to
We saw your ship.
say stuff like that.
Dan wants to speak with you immediately.
I've got business of my own to tend to.
The Geth wait for no one. They're preparing another attack. Please, up the stairs past the freighter. Look out!
Oh, that did not go according to plan. You really need to get out of my face. Okay, our shields are terrible, but not as terrible as the cover system. Okay. Shields are really handy. Oh, you're still shooting. Oh no. Oh, sheezels. Man, break those shields, come on. Okay, take them. Yeah. Gears of War really handled it very, very well. The first one, where you just press a key to actually go into cover. It is so handy. It works so well. Oh. Are you good? A little bit. Perfect. No, not perfect. Are we good? Okay. I can't Can't heal you now, but I think we're gonna be fine. Are we getting stuff? No, we're not getting stuff out of this. Oh, jammed. I'm not 100% sure why it gets jammed, but I think it's just the geth. So that guy just got shot. Oh boy. We got hot alien action right now. Whoa, 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 whoa. They're everywhere. Oh, gee. Okay. Then also we have codex entries. Oh man, this looks cool though. This looks really cool. Okay. Wow, I don't remember the game having this sort of...
Just the way I like them.
Yeah. I don't remember the game having this sort of things. So we got inventory things from that, but that's not what I'm looking for. I want to look at our codex entries. The League of One. We did get something from the League of One. This is the Solarians. Before they joined the Citadel Council, the Solarians' most potent military tool was a small reconnaissance team known as the League of One. Their primary training was espionage and assassination? Let's go with that. I can't say words. In an effort to dispel rumors and appease their new Asari partners, they had a bunch of things. No further incidents were reported. Okay, that's interesting there. And then we have the Hoppers. No. That is indeed the new thing that we have, the new race. These are non-council races. The Geth models, collectively dubbed Hoppers by Alliance forces, are electronic warfare platforms. They can project electromagnetic radiation across a broad spectrum as an offensive weapon. They can also perform cyber warfare against the onboard computers of body armors, hard suits, and weapons, adversely affecting their performance. You don't say. That is really bad. Yeah. The Quarians have no record of any Geth model similar to Hoppers. This new morphotype must have been developed over the last 300 years by the Geth themselves. That's kind of cool. We know, of course, that the Geth basically broke away from the Quarians. This is about the human diplomatic relations. Humanity has encountered many galactic species. Wars between, or have been few, but mistrust is rife. Politically, the Alliance is a peaceful trade partner of the Turians. As a practical matter, however, there is simmering antagonism and bigotry bigotry as a practical matter. Sure. It's the old ways of thinking, as the game put it, about the aliens. You don't trust the aliens. And bigotry between both populations over the First Contact War of 2157. The Alliance enjoys good relations with the Asari, though many privately believe the matriarchs are aristocratic and overcautious. This is really weird, actually. You shouldn't... I mean, it's probably a relic of... I was going to say video games, but it's unfair to video games, although video games do have plenty of examples of this sort of stuff. It's probably a relic of a writing... how should I put this? Bigotry is an interesting word for me as a Portuguese-speaking person, because we don't have that word here in Portugal, although we do have the meaning, obviously. We just sort of use different words for different contexts. And bigotry applies to a broad spectrum of discrimination. At the end of the day, it is discrimination. The problem with fiction in general, and writing about bigotry, is that oftentimes, well, people don't know what they're talking about. I obviously am not the best person to talk about this sort of stuff. However, it is worth pointing out that they're saying that bigotry... Let's forget the practical matter. This might be basically misstated, or there's ways where you could write this and not actually mean that bigotry exists as a practical matter. But let's forget about that bit. The important bit here is that bigotry exists over the First Contact War. And you just need to think about real life issues about wars and the effects they have on human populations. Like, for example, well, I'm thinking Cold War, obviously, but I'm thinking the Cold War is a good example. I don't even need to go into the Gaza Strip and all that situation there as well, because that one actually would be, because that does involve bigotry, but it's not over the war. It's the war exists because of the bigotry. It's complicated. Anyway, let's talk about the Cold War, which is an interesting example. imagine the first contact war here. Obviously, it isn't a Cold War. It was definitely millions of people being killed. But look at the relationship between the United States and Russia, even to this day, like 30 years after the end of the Cold War. And of course, I'm not the best person to talk about this because I'm neither American nor Russian or an historian about this sort of things. But you never think about distrust between Americans and Russians as a form of bigotry. Now, bigotry can exist in that distrust, but only when you start involving other issues. And that's where all the other issues, other forms of discrimination, namely, race or religion. I mean, it depends. Probably in the case of the United States and Russia, it's not a very good example to start going down that road. But still, those things can interchange and can interact. But you don't think about bigotry as a sort of a fallout of a war, because that's either the war is already created or happened because of bigotry, or it doesn't really work like that in real world human history. Now, what happens here, obviously, is what I mean to say, that there's an interaction here between two things. It's the race, the real life, actual excuse me. My throat decided that it didn't want to say things. But there's an interaction here between that mistrust from a war, but also from the fact that it's humans versus Turians, and we have seen this play out since the beginning of the game. Now, what that does, though, is that it sort of implies that the bigotry comes from the war, and the problem with that is that that's not where the bigotry comes from in real life. It never comes from the war. It can interact with the war, but it doesn't come from the war. And that's why I think it's a bad example to call it bigotry in the first place, because, well, it isn't. If you have distrust over political matters, it isn't bigotry. And if it interacts with it, then it happened already, or would have happened no matter what the war is. So, yeah. The Alliance enjoys good relations with the Asari, though many privately believe the matriarchs are aristocratic and overcautious. That I don't see how that would damage the relations, but anyway. Though humans know better than to unconditionally trust any Salarian, because they're racist, their shared which just goes back to this. I'm gonna point out again, the old way, I'm too stuck in my old ways. That dude over there, he was talking specifically about real life racism. You can't be stuck in the old ways when you're talking about like a fairly recent interaction with aliens and with space aliens. Like, there's no old ways here. There's no space here for being old ways. There is, however, the space, and definitely you would observe in real life, you would observe this sort of racist attitude. There's space for the tribalism that humans have, or specifically for the bigotry that the humans have, and for the fallout of real life racism to apply to aliens. And when he says, "I'm too stuck in my old ways," he's not really saying that. What he's saying is, I guess I'm just a racist, because that's what the game is telling him to say in just different words. He's not literally saying, but like that's a sort of a placeholder. It's not a placeholder, but like what it really means is that the game is telling us he is racist. When that dude that we talked to last episode, if you didn't watch the last episode, I guess this doesn't make as much sense. But we talked last episode to this dude who was like, "Oh, you got a bunch of aliens in this ship," and I pointed out that everybody is deserving of trust or something like that, and he was just, "Oh, I guess I'm just a racist." He didn't say it like that though, but that's what I'm saying. The way he said it cannot be understood in any other way apart from him sort of lampshading his racism. Lampshading is a technique where it's not literally in the text that something is happening, but you know that the developers, or the writers in particular, mean it to be like that. It's kind of complicated to explain, but that's what it is. If you look it up, what lampshading means, it's really interesting, and it works. It works really well, specifically in popular and fiction depictions of racism and other types of discrimination, because lampshading happens a lot in that sort of stuff. But that's what I mean. That's what I mean. They're written as it's not that this doesn't play a big role in the themes of the game. It doesn't play a big role in the plot. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. But the text is there still, as they like, oh, it's like racism. Well, it is. It is clearly. I mean, they know better than to unconditionally trust any Salarian. The person who wrote this, the human who wrote this, I don't know who this is supposed to be from, but maybe some alliance. Maybe it's our character. It would be really lore-breaking if it were our character, because our character just said sort of the opposite. But this line over here is they know better than to trust any Salarian. Like, what do you mean they know better than to trust any Salarian? That's not unconditionally trust. What? It's like that mimics real life racist rhetoric about people who are human. Their shared restless, reckless ways make them natural allies against the conservative Turians and Assadis. Which, again, this would be, like, this second part of the sentence would be just a matter of fact, and you just say that in the game, and that's how the Salarians work, as a generalization, because it is a generalization. But here, it is juxtaposed to telling us that humans know better than to trust any of them, because... And so, basically, this is like prepping us for finding a Salarian that is not reckless or restless or all this, because it's like trying to disprove the norm and stuff, because that's how generalizations work. The Krogan have no unified government, but humans don't either. Do they? Do these? Oh yeah, some of the species do have unified governments. But individuals are generally treated as potential criminals by whom, it is not said, a reputation most Krogan enjoy living down to. This text over here is like, it's interesting tones. The Alliance has no formal contact with the Quarians. Their migrant fleet has not yet passed through any human-settled systems. The Batarians are rivals for control of the Skyland Verge. They shared their treaties with the Citadel to prosecute a colonial conflict against the Alliance. Officially, there is no war, but neither is there any peace. It's kind of,
The Asari were the
yeah, we read all those. Interesting. It's interesting. It's really, like, I don't pretend that it is, like, groundbreaking to say what I'm saying. I'm just pointing out, like, what many people point out in a lot of fiction. And this sort of... Are you guys gonna be alright?
What if I find Geth there?
Are you saying you won't go?
No, I'll go. I'll go.
I think you'll go.
Get ready.
Glad to see some soldiers. Our numbers are getting thin.
Those Geth are bloody dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Die of thirst. The Geth will surely kill us all.
I know that voice actress. Oh, she appeared before. She's Lynette, I think.
How is a woman supposed to think with guns going off all around?
Indeed. So yeah, as I was gonna say, oh, these people all have names. We're gonna get some dialogue soon. But yeah. I don't pretend that what I'm saying is like revolutionary or anything. It's like this sort of stuff happens all over the place. The thing is, I'm being more critical. Like, I'm thinking more critically about this sort of setting, because it is, first off, it is like a base setting. It is a base setting. It is a new setting. It was created for this game. And I think there's some comic books or whatnot, but like it doesn't bring with it sort of unexplained and unexplored biases that other settings, that especially in fantasy settings, like medieval fantasy settings, I mean, like Dungeons and Dragons. I'm thinking specifically Dungeons and Dragons. When you find the Drow, for example, in Dungeons and Dragons, it's obviously that it is it has racist connotations. But they're sort of like they don't they're not really played up in the setting. It's clear that in Dungeons and Dragons, I mean, it's clear that the writers, the original writers, weren't even thinking about any of this stuff. But this game is different, and that's like, this game doesn't have that sort of like, it's not a game like it would be if you were based on Dungeons and Dragons, where, oh, I guess that's just how the drow are, or drow, or whatever, how they are in the setting. No, everything is written on purpose for this setting, and the game is also acknowledging specific concepts as bigotry, and it's very complicated when you start doing that, because either you're respectful, really. At the end of the day, it's about a matter of respect. It's like, if you're equating bigotry to the result of a war, then you're justifying bigotry. Like, I understand that's not what it is, but I mean, in this case, maybe that's what it is in this game, because the text was pretty explicit about, like, for practical terms and all this sort of stuff, and they know better and whatnot. The game was pretty explicit, but I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt, because of course everything is written by different people and whatnot. But like, you're not necessarily justifying it what it is when you come around with, oh yeah, humans are bigoted against Turians because of the war. Like, yeah, except in real life, people who are bigoted against other people is never because of a war, and that is the problem. Is instead of acknowledging the reason why people are bigoted against other people, there's a lot of reasons. In the case of Turians, in the case of space aliens, it's really complicated. Like, you shouldn't even go there, basically. You shouldn't even go there, because of the dynamics that exist for real-life bigotry are so specifically entrenched in our systems that if you start considering why people are bigoted against other people, then you're just going to make a game about that and explaining why the systems exist, and why there's, you know, racism, and why there's xenophobia, why there's oppression and homophobia and transphobia, all this sort of stuff. And then you make a game about that. And instead of being a fun game in space about shooting some Geth that are robots and you don't even think of them as people because they're not, all of a sudden it becomes, well, I guess we have space racism and we need to deal with that. And yeah, but I mean, which for sure, make games about that. But yeah, I don't know.
The Geth are mounting another attack.
I approach the camera to them when they talk, so they get a little bit louder. That's why I move the camera around a little bit. Oh, this is our objective in here.
Just relax.
I don't know who. Oh,
Hello, Off-Worlder. I'm glad that we aren't totally forgotten by the rest of the galaxy.
Dear, please try to rest. You're not ready to speak.
But they should know... I mean, they are very important. Yes. That's better.
I'm not gonna catch anything from you, am I?
I'm fine. I just need to try to think clearly. It's just a lingering pain from the last attack. I'll be fine.
She looks whole, but something's clearly causing her pain.
Please, just let her rest. She just needs rest. The Geth just keep coming.
I can't. Does she just need rest?
It hurts so much when I think about what we've lost.
I don't. She has a very confusing text. We got a codex entry there. Let's leave it for later. It's gonna be fine. So this is where we're supposed to go, which means we're not going there. Let's explore some of this, something else, because easy decryption. Well, let's go ahead and do that, because this is obviously a huge area. There we go. While decrypting these logs, we found something suspicious. Several months' worth of human rations were delivered to an uncharted world in the Voyager cluster. The logs aren't clear, but it appears they maybe have been dropped off somewhere in the Amazon system. We haven't been there. I don't think we have. I don't think we have encountered that name. But let's find out. Eventually.
I fear the Geth will kill us all.
That is a reasonable fear. I mean, considering that they basically did that in Prime, Eden Prime. Was it Eden Prime? Is that the name? Maybe it was. No Geth though around here. No dead end either. See, It's good. It's good when the level designers don't make dead ends. If this was Baldur's Gate that I mentioned before, that would definitely be a dead end.
But I don't know how to use a gun.
Beat them with the end of it if you have to. Just don't let those Geth get by you.
That's good. Good soldier training.
Stop the Geth.
They're coming. They just keep on coming.
The Geth can't be allowed into the heart of the colony. This work must be completed. This work must be completed.
Interesting. So I can't interact with that particular console because she tells me this work must be completed. But it looks like I might have to eventually. Are we actually? Is that... Am I... I wasn't supposed to go in there. And we are jammed again. Okay.
Oh, Commander. I'm glad they finally sent somebody to help us.
You're a bit late, aren't you?
Arcelia. Sorry, Commander. Everyone's on edge since...
Watch out! We've got Geth in the tower!
I didn't save...
The heart of the colony!
That's... Oh, no, the game saved for me. Ow! One thing we're gonna need is shields. If I know how to use that. Shield boost? No. Barrier. Yeah, see what that does. Wow, that was... I did not pay attention to my health. That's a shame. Man, these game over screens last longer than Dark Souls. Okay, we should be fine, right? Okay, I can still shoot. Good, good, good. Did I take a hit? I think I might have. There's only 2 of them. No, I figured. I was like, well, how did I lose to 2 of them? Well, I didn't shoot them fast enough is what happened, and they all bunched up. We also leveled up, which is always nice. We're leveling up very fast. Okay. So they're not coming in. It's fine. Let's go in here. I say let's go in here. Yeah. I was right next to the...
Commander.
Well, we didn't, but don't worry about it. Hey.
We've got Geth in the tower!
That's where we're going in the next episode. For right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Mass Effect. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment. Like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later. But above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.